Tonight on Big Red Wrap-Up, we look back at the win against UCLA, TJ being terrific, and has Emmett moved into the Heisman discussion? We'll chat about the potential bowls as well, all coming up next on Big Red Wrap-Up. Hi everyone, I'm Michael Severe. Welcome to Big Red Wrap-Up on Nebraska Public Media. The Huskers, 7 wins in the regular season. It's the first time since 2016. We want to hear from you and what you think. You can connect with us on Facebook and, of course, on X. You can also, as always, get a hold of us any number of ways, including sending us emails and text at nebraskapublicmedia.org. Our phones are standing by, ready to take your calls. At the end of the show, we'll get to as many of the questions that you have as we can. Now it's time for our sideline survey. Last week we asked, without Dillon, how many games will the Huskers win the rest of the way? None was 48%. You guys have already lost. 28% for 1, 16% for 2, 3% for 3, and 5% saying 4. This week's question, what bowl would you like to see the Huskers in? The Citrus Bowl in Orlando, the Liacrest Bowl in Tampa, the Las Vegas Bowl, of course, in Las Vegas, or the Music City Bowl? Right now, 50% of the people say they want to go to Orlando. Don't we all? Here to talk more about that and the game, former Husker Jay Moore and Sean Callahan. So, right now, Nebraska is, I want to say that, 7-3, okay? Through 10 games. Their quarterback is hurt. They've got a backup in there. The defense, the run, don't stop the run that well. They are 7-3. We have to remember that. I don't think enough people remember that this week.
I know. I think we get caught up in what they don't do well.
Yes.
Instead of what they do well. If you want to call that, being pessimist or just looking at. It's so easy. We sit here, and our jobs is to nitpick, right? Is to kind of figure out what they don't do well, and that's a fault of people, is to kind of sit here and figure out, okay, how can they fail? How will they fail? Instead of, no, how can they succeed? And to get to 7-3, they've been able to run the football. Emmett Johnson, we've all know. I mean, he's now getting recognized nationally for many awards. Yep. Special teams have been elite. Has completely changed the way this team functions. And you've gotten situationally, this offensively, play calls wise has been really, really good. I love the way they utilize the screen game. Yeah. That's been big. But defensively, I know they don't stop the run well. Again, that's fine things they don't do well, right? But their ability to stop the pass and make really, really good quarterbacks and really good wide recievers not execute and not look like they're and make them look uncomfortable has been very, very surprising this year. And with all those three things, here we are, 7-3 with an excellent chance to finish 9-3 as well.
It's kind of similar to Cincinnati because the running backs only averaged like 3.1 yards a carry. It was all Nico and what he did with his feet.
Yeah, for Nebraska's defense, obviously they've had trouble with mobile quarterbacks all year. They've been very good at locking down good receivers. They did it against USC. They did it against Cincinnati. But the mobility, when you get that numbers advantage, has hurt them with the quarterback runs. And, luckily, they're not probably going to see as much of that against Penn State. Iowa, we know they are going to see a lot more of that. But I think the biggest thing is they're not beating themselves. We've said that over and over. If Nebraska could just play good special teams, if Nebraska could just not beat themselves with penalties and turnovers, well, guess what? They're playing good special teams. They're not turning it over, and they're doing the other little things that matter. And I think that's been the difference in these closer wins than maybe the last few years before.
Yeah, so we talked about Emmett for a second there, but TJ Lateef, great game plan. Comes out, first play, they give him the option to run. He gets the 14 yards. Emmett turns around, he gets a first down. It was like whoever designed those first couple plays should have been calling plays at Minnesota. I digress. But it was a great game plan for him, especially the first couple drives.
I love it. You call his number because he's going to be nervous.
Oh,
you're going back home, first game you're starting as a true freshman in the Rose Bowl. You're going to be nervous, but sometimes you got to get hit and get those cobwebs kind of knocked out on you. But getting him, implementing him in the game plan again. I love the simplicity. I thought that's what you'd see. Is you can utilize his legs, but also he doesn't have a full grasp of the playbook like Dillon does. But you can simplify things. Utilize all these weapons you have around him. Emmett, Hunter, Key, Lindenmeyer, Harburg. There's a plethora of weapons And they did that. And I love this, the simplifying of it. Utilize his legs, get the ball into your best player's hands, and go see what happens. And your defense got enough stops. But I tell you what, this is a game you can really build off of confidence-wise for TJ going forward the rest of the year.
Question I got on Twitter on Sunday, Sean. Who's responsible? Glenn Thomas found him? Like, where was he considered in terms of his ranking? Where's this guy come from?
Well, yeah, out of California. And you got to remember when they recruited him, Nebraska had Dylan Raiola, so they didn't have much to sell.
Sure.
Hey, we have a true freshman starter, and to get a 4-star of any kind to look at you took work. But yeah, Glenn Thomas was big. Now, Glenn can't go, he doesn't go on the road. Dana Holgorsen doesn't go on the road.
Right.
So the recruiting of him was a little bit different. Dana Holgorsen wasn't really even involved in his recruiting because he didn't get to Nebraska until almost signing day. Dana didn't start till November, and they signed papers a week or two later. So, yeah, I think you got to give Glenn Thomas some credit there. He was big in helping. I think the previous some other coaches that recruit California, but just to sell a quarterback spot in a recruiting class when you had Dylan Raiola was not easy, and to get TJ Lateef now, I mean, that was about as good as you're going to get.
Yeah, we're digging through the record books at halftime. We're thinking, well, he's close to 100. It's a possibility. And we're going back like, was it Johnny Rodgers, last game of his career? Was it an Amir Abdullah? Who was it? And we found out it's never been done before. In all these years of Nebraska football, what is it, 130 some years of Nebraska football? Nobody'd gone 100 at the running back spot. That's just crazy to think about.
Well, I mean, I thought maybe like a Marlon Lucky would.
Yeah.
That's be the first guy I would think.
6 yards away.
Brandon Jackson.
Just that year, the 07 year, Marlon had a ton of catches out of the back. Had a ton of catches out of the backfield. Yeah, that's very surprising, but it just shows you how they wanted to showcase him and utilize him and try to get the ball in his hands as many times as possible. We're talking 25 plus touches every game so far this year, and it's working. And obviously the stats show it. The national media starting to get to notice him as well. And listen, it's a heavy dose. They got 3 more games left this year. It's a heavy dose of Emmets, and I'm excited to see how this finishes out and see where he's going to finish in where everything shakes out with him. Looking to Maxwell, the Heisman, what is the running backs Doak Walker Award? Those type of
what round he goes in the draft.
Right. But he has the ability to potentially come back as well. So I think keeping him, because there was a chance he was leaving last year, and keeping him was very, very instrumental in the success that this team has had so far in 2025.
I went through the list of running backs that are eligible to come out this year, and some may not, but I can't get him any lower than 9 or 10. That's 4th round. It would be really hard for a person who's wanted to play in the NFL their entire life to say no to the 4th round.
Yeah, the NIL money, Nebraska could probably give him a big number to come back.
Can they give him $4 million?
But yeah, in this rev share world, it's hard to say. But yeah, you play one more year of college, your chances of survival in the NFL go down that much more.
Definitely.
And that's the position. That is probably the one position, and Jay can speak on that. Running back. I mean, each year it's like dog years. Each year is worth like 9 years. It's a little bit different on your body the way those running backs have to play on Sunday.
Yeah. Let's talk about the offensive line, how well they played. A big part of it again was play calling. Right? They called plays and had a quarterback that played to the strengths of the offensive line.
I agree. The interior, last week we talked about Spindler, Evans, Latovsky. That's kind of what was the strength. The tackle spots have been liable, obviously at times. Getting Pritchett back this week, being healthy. But I just think, and again, playing 11-on-11 football makes a huge difference. Dylan, when he's back there, he is not a huge threat to keep it on a scramble or to utilize them in the run game. And that just allows your linebackers and your defensive ends, your defensive tackles to play much more aggressive, play much more downhill, and not really respect the mesh point or respect him keeping it. And I think allowing that gives the offensive line a lot more time to get leverage, a lot more time for them to, as defensive linemen, you can get caught looking around where the quarterback is to make sure he doesn't scramble. So you got that all gets factored in. With Dylan, it's not as much. I think there's obviously pluses to what Dylan can do with the playbook, but having the 11-on-11 totally helps out the offensive line. And I don't know if it was their best game, but it was one of their cleanest games that they've played so far year to date.
Yeah, according to PFF, it was their best game, right?
Yeah, all around, it was one of their most complete games of the year. TJ Lateef's grade as a quarterback was the highest individual QB grade they've had in a P4 game. Now, Dylan Raiola's Akron Houston Christian game was higher. You got to kind of put that into context. When you look at just Power 4 opponents, Lateef's performance was the best individual quarterback grade. And why wouldn't it be? 3 touchdown passes on 15 completions.
2 incompletes.
And 2 incompletes, one being a drop.
Right, yeah, and then no turnover-worthy plays or any of that stuff as well. The black shirts, another game where they didn't allow 400 yards. And I didn't realize that it was so rare. So only 7 teams in all the Power Four, or at least in, I think it's FBS actually,
Right.
that haven't done that. That's crazy to think.
And again, it's we can nitpick things and see what they don't do well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they struggle stopping the run at times, and they gave some check down plays. But again, as defense, you're always going to have holes in your defense. And you're willing to give up a check down to the running back. Obviously, you got a couple touchdowns doing that, but their ability to minimize big plays, really, other than the Michigan game and maybe the Minnesota game, we haven't seen a ton of huge chunk plays. Keeping Nico in the pocket, I said that was a huge key. He was able to create, but he's a really good athlete back there as well. But overall, their ability to make fourth and one stops, they've done that multiple times this year. But again, just restrict big plays, minimize the back end, and make these offenses get comfortable or uncomfortable, and they just don't know where you want to go. You make quarterbacks look foolish back there sometimes just because that secondary is communicating so well and they played a lot of football. But not allowing 400 yards, that was a stat I had not realized that year. That's
awesome.
In today's day and age.
Yeah.
That's very, very impressive. Everything's catered towards offensive football.
Yeah.
Not allowing a 400-yard game so far this year is impressive.
So Javin Wright and Singleton both played well, and they have. Keona Davis' best game by far of the year.
Yeah, and again, I think him being home on the West Coast, he had a lot of family there. You
Sure.
said
Showing out.
his grandmother came down from Phoenix, and a lot of other family members. So I think when you get him going, this defensive line has needed somebody to step up, especially without Deshaun McCullough on the up front this last game, and you had to go with Dylan Rogers, who had never played. You needed some other bodies up front, and Cade Petchak's kind of cooled off a little bit over time. I thought Riley Van Poppel for about 20 snaps of play.
Yep.
He looked good in this game too. But Keona Davis, you look at him off the bus, he's impressive. And
Yeah.
Williams Nwaneri, impressive. And
Standing next to each other, that's got to intimidate a little bit. Those two guys next to each other are pretty impressive.
yeah, those two, and and now they're going to see some of the better offensive lines in the Big Ten with Penn State and Iowa. And you know what those teams are going to do? They're going to run the ball at Nebraska and see if they can stop it.
Last year, Nebraska finished around 86 ranked in special teams. Currently, they're anywhere from 2 to 6, depending on which metric you're looking at. But what an impressive change.
I mean, I not surprised one bit. Once they announced Mike Eckler getting hired, I said, this is a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to change. I said at least 2 wins. And he could argue me more than that this year with how they've played. They're not, for so many years, the special teams have been a liability. When you go back there, whether it was the snapping, kicking, coverage, return. I mean, we got more punt return yards in the first 3 games than we had for the last 2 years. You have to have it. You have to get back to where Nebraska was. You have to get better in all 3 phases. And for a long time, those 2 phases we had offensive defense were pretty darn good, but special teams was laughable. It's respectable now, and it's changed this program. Keeping Coach Eckler here and keep recruiting and keep building that way into those special teams units is going to be instrumental to how this program projects in the next couple of years.
And then the offshoot of that is Nebraska's 4th in the country in net start field position. Because of that, their plus, I think it's something over 5.5. You think about that goes right back to how good the special teams have been.
Right. I mean, and when Archie has had opportunities, he's been good at pinning people as well. So everything has been easier for Nebraska, harder for the opponent, which is, I think, summed up to what we've seen on the field. And you just take that stuff for granted, but that matters. I mean, a difference of 5 or 10 yards really matters over the course of a season when you start to break down analytics and metrics of starting field position.
No doubt about that. Let's check out the highlights now. It was TJ Latif's first start. And the big story, of course, was going home, growing up in Compton, leading the team out with Matt Rule right behind him. After UCLA's first drive of a 3-and-out, we found out really quickly what TJ Latif could do. Here's his first run of the game, his first start, 14 yards, getting a first down. And then right after that, they come back to Emmett. Emmett goes for another 13 yards, 2 back-to-back first downs, and then you put him on the move, right? Little sprint out.
Love this. Again, ball on the line right to Hunter. Love getting him out of the pocket and almost utilizing his legs. There's nothing there. Keep it and tuck it and get you 3 or 4.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And this throw is an NFL throw. I mean, it's dangerous, but it's an NFL throw. You got a small window. You got to get it to your wide receiver right when he's coming out of the break, actually right when he's turning his hands to you, and he made the throw and got just barely over.
That was one of those third downs, like, oh man, they're gonna have to go for this fourth down.
Yeah.
now. And same position we've seen, and Barney comes down to the big catch.
Perfect throw, 7-0. And then here's Nico again. I mentioned this, how many times he got first downs on fourth downs. It was 4 total times for 48 yards. That was a sack. That should have been a sack right there, but you don't close. I think Vincent Shaver's having trouble a little bit with the one hand.
Yeah, that's definitely hard. You have that club hand.
Yeah.
But again, his athletic ability, he's a big, strong individual back there. It takes more than just you can't arm tackle him. And Nebraska learned that obviously on Saturday night.
Yeah, that was a big play too, getting the ball to Berger. He made 2 guys miss, got a nice gain. Here is Nico getting down to the goal line, and then they ran the Wildcat with Berger, touchdown. It's all 7-7. And you're thinking, man, this is going to be a shootout back and forth. But we didn't know what the Black Shirts had in store for Nico and the rest of the team for the first half at least. And here comes, again, TJ Lateef making a throw on time, a timing throw. And Dan Key had kind of been out of the offense a little bit, and then they start going to him a little bit more after they go to Emmett here. You're going to break this play down.
Yeah, again, Nebraska's ability to time the screen game. Again, you want to talk about something that's been better the last couple years, Nebraska's screen game. Timing is very, very important. Getting the lineman down the field. I'll break this down on Jay's plays, but just the execution. And you get your 2 big boys, Spindler and Evans, right down here. Hunter does an excellent job blocking on the second level and finishing off on his guy again twice. So the execution, the timing of it was perfect.
You'd think Bill Callahan was back the way they run the screens now. Last time they ran screens, great. Nico again getting out of the pocket. That one was on 2nd and 10. He went for 21 yards on that one. And then again, throw to the outside. This stop, that was a 3rd down play. So then they said, we're going to go for it on 4th down. We've been running it well. And Nico slips, gets tackled. Nice play by the defense.
Yeah, it was. Andrew Marshall kind of set that play up, made him just hesitate just for a little bit to let the rest of his crew come in there and help him out.
And here's Dan Key. I mentioned him earlier. He really hadn't been getting the ball since the non-conference, right?
Yeah, for whatever reason, Dylan wasn't finding him. But Michael, we talked about the middle 8 of a game.
Yes.
This is where Nebraska really kind of started to seize control with the middle 8 scoring here and then coming out obviously in the 3rd quarter.
And it was big to get the stop too on UCLA. They're driving a little bit. After this sack, they start moving the ball, and it was big for Nebraska to be able to force them into a long field goal they end up missing. And the key to this, I think, was after this stop where the ball gets batted, this way he runs for the first down. Then the next play, they need about 5 more yards to get close, and they try to throw a quick out, and it's incomplete. So now all of a sudden, you've got a 52-yard field goal, and it's short, it doesn't get in. And Nebraska goes up 21-7, going to half, and come right back out and go to Emmett again.
Yeah, again, those running on those interior, running by the center, your 2 guards are your best offensive linemen. Again, you're going to see a lot more of that the rest of the season.
7 yards there for TJ Lateef after Emmett went for 10. So a quick 20 yards on that drive. And Lateef, get him on the move, throw back to the wheel route or a whip, whatever you want to call it, and off to the end zone for touchdown for Emmitt Smith.
It was a good
Emmitt
setup,
Smith.
too.
Oh, damn. 28-7. I always do that.
He sets it up, too. He kind of rolls out of the pocket to the other side to kind of give him some more timing.
Yeah.
But, again, love this play right here. I'll break this down as well. Getting Keanu Davis coming on the inside and Donovan Jones on the edge.
By the way, they added that wheel route specifically for TJ Lateef. So if you're worried about him learning the playbook, this was a play. Nebraska right here gets this stop on this drive. I think the game's over. But they get the big play on just a simple swing pass.
Yep.
Tackle has to be made. Guthrie's got to get his position there. He doesn't get over in time, and they give up the score. So that makes it 28-14. Back again, coming out of the backfield. This is just mean, what he did to that young man. I just feel bad for, somebody in his family group sent him a text.
He ain't the only one. He's going to do that, too.
He's going to happen to a lot of people. But Barney ends up here losing yards on that throw. That's one of the few throws that I thought was kind of not great in terms of the way he targeted him. This is an interesting choice here to go for the fake field goal where they were on the field. Everybody knew it was coming. They left the starting defense out there.
They called timeout.
They called timeout. Nebraska knew it was coming. But you know what? Didn't matter, because here's the batted ball. They end up, even though they convert the fake punt, they end up getting stopped. So they get the ball after getting pinned down. They lose 2 yards. So now they got to go 98 yards on this drive, and this is how they got started.
Yeah, again, similar. Shavers does a great job the previous play.
Yes.
Got to, again, get sucked up inside too early. Got to get bounce out there to make that play.
I think he didn't see it. I don't think he saw where he was going.
He's struggled seeing things a little bit on his back half of the season.
Nico, another one of his runs. That one was on second and 12, making moves, making this play. That was one where If it was anybody but Judy, I think he ends up getting him. But Judy, that's just a big man to be running
That's
around
hard.
like that.
That's a tough task.
That's a tough task for him. Felt bad for him a little bit. And this is a sack. They actually were a legal formation, declined the penalty, take the sack, another one from Nebraska's black shirts. And then here goes Nico again, making plays. Had a chance to maybe stop him, gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. And then this play here, you've got to see this coming, right?
You got to pass this off,
Yeah.
communicate. And again, you got to get outside. If this is man-to-man coverage, you can communicate to pass it off. If you're in quarters coverage, you got to be able to, again, communication was not there. And then two of those swing passes, Nebraska gave up big plays on.
Yep, that makes it 28-21. But don't worry about it. 4-minute offense. Nebraska lines up. They give the ball to Emmett. They make a nice throw across the middle. And then the key play on this, another one, little waggle, actually is a naked, throws it out here a little low, but great catch by Hunter for the first down.
Maybe one of the best 4-minute offenses we've seen Nebraska execute in a long time.
In a long, long time. And we didn't see the play right before this where Emmett ran out, decided not to go out of bounds before the 2-minute, but that's victory formation. Let's take a look at the stats. It was really an even game from the where it started, with Nebraska being up 28-7. You see the yards are pretty even. Time possession can't be any more even than that. Red zone, everything, even third down conversions, both teams are really good at it as well. But Nebraska gets the win. Here's a surprise for you guys. Offensive player of the game, Emmett Johnson. I know it's a surprise again for him to get the award. 100 yards receiving, 100 yards rushing. First time in the history of the University of Nebraska to do that. And then Deshaun Singleton gets defensive player. Honorable mention to Keona Davis for having the best game of his career. He was very good as well. And now to take a look at a couple of key plays from the win, let's go over to Mr. Moore for Jay's plays.
All right, guys, welcome in to Jay's Plays tonight. Let's take a look at the Emmett Johnson screen pass. I know you had the wheel route, but let's look at the screen pass first. Nebraska does a good job. The ball's into the boundary, right? They're going to swing Emmett this way. In the second level, the linemen are going to do a great job getting second level up here. And Hunter right here is going to do a fantastic job of blocking on the linebackers as well. We'll see it a couple different times, but let's go ahead and run this. And you can see the execution right here, the timing of it. Nebraska's timing on the screen game has been much improved and really, really good all year. You see the linemen getting all the way downfield. Evans, Spindler, those interior guys have done a great job to clear that way. And Emmett, again, moving his way up the national watch list of all these awards. But look at Hunter right here. Boom, comes down on 6. He sees it, is able to get off. 6 does a good job of getting off. But we can go ahead and run it again, guys. And now watch this. Just on him, right? Then boom, second time again, bam. I don't know if he'd make the play, but he's gonna be darn close. Fantastic job by Neziah Hunter. Rule said the wide receivers done a great job. They're not blocking, they're hunting for guys. And I would agree with that. So second play. I love this type of action. We can kind of get a little in the nitty gritty with the defensive line. So we're in a 4-eye technique. We've talked about 4-eye. Inside shade of the tackle right here. Keona Davis is gonna go from B gap, this is B right here, and he's going to slide down and try to get to the A and condense this thing. And then we're going to have Donovan Jones come off the edge, and he's going to take 21 and push him right back to quarterback, and they're going to be able to get to Nico on this play. So we go ahead and run it, watch. Boom, not quite, because A gap slides down. Doesn't have to worry about getting in there, but again, shortens the corner for Donovan Jones to come here. He does a good job of using his left hand to rip up through that 71 on the block, and does a really, really good job of finishing on a really athletic quarterback to make this play and get one of the sacks of the night for the Huskers.
Next up, we'll be joined by former Nebraska defensive lineman turned NFL tight end Zach Potter. As we go to break, here's more shots from Hurrdat Sports. Back in 2. All right, time for top plays. This is an Emmett highlight reel is what it is. Emmett Johnson. First the screen that Jay did a great job of breaking down. I just love how Spindler just keeps going. And Evans, too, they're both down there. They just keep trying to get a piece of somebody, which is awesome. He goes for that long one, which helped him get to the 100 yards receiving. And then the other one that helped him kind of fade back this direction, throw the wheel route down to Emmett Johnson again, and he goes past the defender, showing more speed, I think, than we've seen of him before this. And then TJ Latif's first touchdown pass as a starter. This is just a dime. This is a dime. It was a great throw. Great job by Barney running the route as well, but this is a throw that you see every week in the NFL. It's a little wobbly, but it doesn't matter. Like Peyton Manning said, it doesn't matter if it moves as long as it gets there and the guy catches it. That is all that matters. All right, trivia question now. In 1972, Bob Devaney's last season, UCLA upset Nebraska's #1 team. How many game winning streak did that end, and what was the score of the game? The answer was 32 straight games without a loss, and the score was 20-17. Dustin Poles was our winner. He wins a copy of our very own Sean Callahan's new book about the Huskers, The Program, Nebraska's curated history of the Cornhuskers. This week's winner will be announced on next week's show. And here is the question for this week. Emmett Johnson's over 1,000 yards this season. This is an easy one. Who holds the single season record, Husker record, and how many yards did he rush for, and what season did he do it? We all know the answer to that one.
We do? Do we?
Yeah, we know that one.
You better.
Yeah, for sure. You better know that one. Husker history flashes back to one of the best running backs ever for Nebraska. We salute Amir Abdullah, who rushed for almost 4,600 yards in his career, scored 39 rushing TDs, and had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons from 2012 to 2014, and going over 1,600 yards in 13 and 14. This just in, pretty good running back, and still playing in the NFL right now. Had a nice kickoff return for the Colts last week. Let's welcome in former Nebraska defensive lineman and Jacksonville Jaguar tight end, Zach Potter. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
I left out Omaha Central. Creighton Prep basketball player. Creighton Prep basketball player, too. I don't ever want to give you a
Central in there. I mean,
I know, that's my
we had
fault.
some great rivalries, though.
Where my kids go to
Me,
school,
Cordy
man. It just
Grixey.
stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But you were a very good basketball player. And
Thank you.
The question I'd asked from the guy who cut my hair, who used to cut Sean's hair a long time ago, asked me, how many block punts or block kicks or extra points did you have in your career?
I want to say 5 or 6, maybe 7.
Is that a record?
I think at one time it was a record my freshman year. I think we blocked that many.
You and
back
Barry
in-
Turner, right?
Me and Barry Turner, Adam Ickes, Rigoni, all
yeah.
those guys back in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times that gets brought up now, and it's cool that it's still relevant.
Yeah.
20 years later, basically.
Yeah, no, it's
John, you got your answer. Go ahead.
well, that 05 season, you played as a true freshman, but really you just blocked the field goals. That's all you did.
That's
Nothing
all I
wrong with
did.
that.
There's a lot of talk of like, did we waste the red shirt? And I always go back and say, I blocked some kicks. We had some hands and some wins, literally.
It
So
cost you the 09 season.
it
though.
did.
Yeah.
It did, which would have been a lot of fun.
A lot
but
of football games.
I still got to where I want to be. So
Right, but saying that, so you got implemented, you got some experience early, but when did you finally feel like, because obviously we were on the D-line together, you played behind Adam Carricker, a fantastic player, you got to learn from him. When did you feel like you finally fully grasped and got comfortable playing that defensive end, mentally, physically? Because Nebraska's got a lot of young defensive linemen, Noweri, Keona Davis, they're starting to flourish a little more. When did you kind of feel like you hit your stride?
I mean, truthfully, it was probably when you and Adam left and I got a chance to play. I mean, I was the fourth defensive end, right? Barry would come in and get you some rest as a freshman, sophomore. I didn't play that much behind Adam as a freshman, not even that much more as a sophomore, really, because, that's how good Adam was. I mean, he was, 13th overall draft pick. So, really, I think that going into my junior year, that spring game when I kind of knew it was my time, and then you go out for the 2007 season. My junior year, early in the season, we went out to USC. All the hype out there, and that game wasn't the best. But it's just I think when you finally got out there to go play is when you finally trusted everything that you had experienced in practice and learned everything. But I mean, there was plenty of times freshman, sophomore year, if my number would have been called, I think more and gotten more game action, I probably would have become more comfortable. But I still don't look back and say, it was a wasted red shirt or anything like that. It was such a great time to play with you, with Adam, so many of those other guys on the defensive line back in 2005, and then to see where the career went was, I'm completely at peace with it.
Yeah.
Zach, with the NIL element now, how much pressure is on young guys to come in and kind of meet the demand right away, knowing how much money is at stake for some of these guys, and that you could possibly lose your spot.
I mean, it's NFL free agency now, right? And you're getting paid. So that's the argument is how much pressure do you put on these freshmen that now are getting, 6 figures, 7 figures to come in? The expectation level is that much higher all of a sudden. And, naturally you got to live up to that hype and still go to class at some point too and understand that, you're a student athlete, even though it's trending more just athlete with everything the way that this is going. And so the pressure that you're getting paid and getting, back in our day, we had pressure on us, but we didn't have a price tag on us like these guys are now. And so you have to come in and perform so much quicker, but it takes time. You watching that highlight of Emmett Johnson, seeing how much faster he looks. He's having a great year. So he's getting stronger as the season goes on because he's getting all these reps. He's seeing things that he may even not have seen early in his career or even early this season. And so you talk about some of these younger guys that are finally getting a chance to play and getting toward the later in the season. They're getting stronger as the season's going on. A, because they're playing, but B, you're having success. And so you want to play that much harder, that much, you're 7-3, right? Or, 7-3.
7-3.
It's like, that's better than we've had it for several years now. And so these guys are excited. They want to keep playing. And still, I go back to, we made a bowl game last year. Those bowl practices are what made Nebraska so good for so long because you had 2 or 3 weeks of practice to develop younger players and give some of the older guys some different looks or some breaks too. And so we had that last year with the New York Bowl, and we're going to have it again this year, which should bode well.
We all know that coaching matters, right? Obviously, Mike Eckler comes in here and the special teams plays a lot better. Go from 07 to 08 in your career, bringing in Bo Pelini and his system. What was the big difference that made you guys go from what you were in 07 to what you were in 08? Especially by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think I got to credit Bo and Carl. I think they had so much of an impact on the defense. Sean Watson was a holdover from Callahan's staff, and it was a belief, right? Bo had been at Nebraska a couple times before, and so he recognized who some of us were. Like, he recruited me at one point when he was at Nebraska, and so you had that familiarity with him as he came back in 2008 for that season. And so, I think I got to give a lot of credit to like a guy like Joe Gans, right?
Oh yeah.
He was a guy that we talk about getting better and learning. He sat too long. Probably should have been our quarterback in 2007. Came out in 2008 and did what he did. And I think our senior class that year had been together a lot and been through a lot. Some of those fifth-year seniors had been through 2 coaching changes, and so we'd just been through a lot. And I think there's a lot of things that stacked up really well there and ended up making it down to the Gator Bowl. But I got to go back to it was Bo and Carl and just the philosophies and the intensity that they brought to the defense.
Yeah, that was Joey Gans. Right?
Yeah,
it was
Joey,
development coaching.
Joey G.
Right.
Joey G.
But hey, they also got number 93 to play on a whole nother level.
That is something that
helped.
Yeah, he did. He did kind of up it up a little bit.
We all love Sue, right? He was a different player as soon as Bo and Carl got.
Exactly.
And I think you talk to him today, he would tell you the exact same thing. His first couple of years, he was fine. Don't get me wrong. He was good. He was a strong, physical player. But you found a way to go up another notch in 2008, and then obviously in 2009, like you mentioned.
He almost left, right? I mean, he was going to leave. He was going to transfer out,
Yep.
and they're like, "Look what I did for Dorsey at LSU. I can make you that too." And
I think that was the perfect example because Dorsey was right before him when Bo was in LSU, and then he came here.
Well, Barney Carlton told me the story that Sue had that ACL surgery, and he came back off that for 08 as quick as you possibly could. I mean, he really
didn't even know he had it.
He really shouldn't have probably played in the 08 season, let alone the level we saw by Clemson.
Yeah, it was also just a commitment level that Sue had from his rehab perspective because he knew, because with Bo, what Dorsey had done, and he had this trajectory of like, this is what I can do even with the ACL. And there's some would say he came back stronger because of the ACL. Some of those guys with baseball, Tommy John, they have it, they come back throwing stronger. He almost came back stronger.
It was,
which is scary.
It's scary because he was darn good when he got here, but he just matured a little more and took more pride in how he operated. But I already talked about you starting on special teams. I mean, we got to talk about Mike Eckler right now and what he's done on the special teams and totally flipping this thing and making it an attack. This special teams attacks instead of every time it goes out there like, oh my gosh, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, when Eckler came in 2008 with Bo and those guys, he was on a whole nother level. And this was whatever it was 17 years ago from where he is now, and he's still on another level today. And so just think what it was back then, the intensity that he brought, and he was really just the linebacker coach then. I think can't remember, was it Bush? No. I can't remember who our special teams guy was right off the bat, but it was not Eckler. And so seeing what he's been able to do with his career, he's had several stops here, but what he did at Tennessee last year and then what he's done here, just from a intensity with the players of special teams, but also just with the philosophies and the schemes that they're doing, and just being so much more intent to do this and do that. Obviously, you mentioned earlier, Jay, just being the fact that we can snap the ball,
Yes.
hold the ball, and kick ball. Like special teams are very simple sometimes, but it's a third of the game, and you got to play complementary football.
Most punt returns, Barney, in the Big Ten, third in the country. And you got Kenneth Williams, out of people who qualify, the highest return average in kickoffs, from where Nebraska was last year at 86 ranked. To
And they've only allowed 1 punt return yard on the year.
on the year, yeah. Which still makes them third in the country because Oregon's like 0 and somebody else is -1, which is incredible. But it's just everything they've done, right? And it's really, I always talk about what Bo did in 2014 where he was tired of being last and just said, look, I'm taking over it. If you concentrate on it, you practice it, you can just get better.
You see a lot of times at different levels, whether it's college or the NFL, head coaches are in the special teams meetings or sometimes are running it because they understand the impact that it has, whether it's taking the responsibility for running a fake at some point, or hey, when do we want to kick it deep, when do we want to do directional kicks, obviously all the different rules with special teams at both levels now. Having the involvement of a head coach at that level, you need that because it's such a huge part of the football game today.
Does it mean more too when the head coach is in the room? When
I think,
you're on a team?
yes, most definitely.
Like Saban obviously was in the secondary room there at Alabama, and I guess it's got to mean more.
It's so easy in special teams to kind of gloss over it and not take it serious because it's not a sexy spot.
Right.
You can get paid and doing it really well at the NFL, but some guys like I can't get drafted by running down on kickoffs or blocking on punts. I mean, I was on punt team all 3 years at Nebraska and did a bunch of different special teams. It wasn't fun. Like I always said, you got to kind of embrace the suck.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's a great
it's awful.
thing. But that's where with the head coaches, sometimes you do put some starters on special teams, especially punt like you were, because you want some defensive guys on punt to be able to run down there and make a tackle. But if you have starters involved, then it teaches the younger guys too of saying, hey, this starter's still playing special teams. I need to be in there. But to your point, Michael, if the head coach is at the front of the room, everyone's paying a little bit more attention.
Yeah.
Zach, we've heard this a lot about the mobile quarterbacks and the defense giving them trouble. Is there anything you can do to stop mobile quarterbacks? I think that's
gives
the number
everybody
one
trouble,
the fan question we get every week on our show.
No, I mean, case in point, this past week with TJ back there at quarterback, I think, it proved, having a mobile quarterback, it's a dual threat. He can run, he can pass. Nothing against Dylan, but Dylan's not the one that's out there running all over the place like TJ was.
Yeah.
And I think, Holgorsen, called a very good game for TJ after having, 1 week of practice and a half, the game. I'm anxious to see what we got him for the next 2 weeks of the bye week, because you're going to see, what did he do so well this week, which was a lot. How can you get better? And it's not really how can you get better, how can you just keep doing what he did this past week? Anytime you have a mobile quarterback, you got to, as a defensive end, you got to contain. If you're going inside and he gets the edge on you, you better hope a linebacker or corner's there or safety's coming down to help you. But you got to contain that quarterback. If the quarterback's not mobile, it makes your job as a defense end a little bit easier because you can maybe take a couple more chances because you don't have to worry about the quarterback going outside.
I know you're a Husker fan, but are you a Jacksonville fan in the pros?
We don't got to bring that up.
I'm just curious. Is that your team?
It is my team, and we gave up 26 points in the fourth quarter. We're taking my son, Beckett, down to Jacksonville this weekend for the Charger game for his 10th birthday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I was hoping we were going to go in on a high note, beating the Texans for the first time in a sweep, I think, in about 10 years.
Yeah.
But hopefully we go down and get the Chargers.
Well, you guys still have the prettiest colors of any team in the league.
Prettiest colors, and, some would say the prettiest quarterback with his long hair.
That is very true.
That's not what I say, but yeah, that's what people say.
Zach, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll talk some recruiting and hear from Coach Rhule. Back after this.
I personally believe Emmett Johnson should be in New York for the. I think he should be a Heisman candidate. I think he should be a Doak Walker finalist, if not winner. And I think what he's doing is, fantastic. I hope people appreciate seeing him. He's a first-team All-American, and I don't. What was the last person that was first-team All-American? Was since 2011, Lavonte David. We can now go get anybody we want. At the same time, we also have the ability to keep our guys now, right? Like, guys don't have to be embarrassed about, hey, coach, I think I do, these people are offering me this. So we can offer I think we can now be the best of the best. So to answer your question, I want to put the best players in the country in this room and not having to worry about, hey, can I afford to do it now? Some people might still have more than us, but we got a lot. You're going to see more coaches leave good jobs for other jobs because they're chasing what we have here, resources and alignment. And so I want to have really good players, and I want players who other people are calling them, and I want players who want to be here because it's one of the best places in the country. And, I want my assistant coaches to people be calling my assistant coaches saying, hey, why don't you come here? It just means you have good people, right? It's a good problem to have. I hope next year you guys are asking me about, hey, we heard your name for this job. It means I did a good job. So it's just part of it. But this is an amazing place, and people should want to be here like we want to be here.
I personally love that sweatshirt. I wouldn't mind one of those. Sean Callahan to talk more about recruiting. So we've not a lot of time left in this recruiting season.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that signing day will be the first Wednesday in December. So about a month or less than a month.
Yeah.
This week will be the last time Nebraska's coaches will go out on the road for a few days. So you'll see Matt Rule go out and get a couple days on the road. And that's
perfectly
it.
timed with the bye week.
And yeah, with your bye week. So that's when you go out. And then after the bye week, it's dead. So you have signing day on that December first Wednesday, and then there are no days in December you can go out this year. It's the first time ever that you can't host visitors or go out. It's completely dead, which I think the coaches will enjoy.
Sure.
Because they can be home and enjoy their family for a little bit in December and not have to worry about that. And then the madness will begin on January 2nd when the portal opens.
Let's talk about commits and Jace Reynolds.
Yeah, talking in-state guys tonight. Jace Reynolds, the only in-state commit in the 2025 recruiting class. Unfortunately, Elkhorn North got beat last week in the quarterfinals. But Jace, they've been high on him, offered him well before his junior year. He committed, was an early commit. And I think you look at how you recruit now. This is the perfect example of a development guy. Like, hey, this is not going to be a big NIL guy you bring in, but we're going to bring him in and develop him in our program for a couple years. And hopefully it's another Rex Guthrie or another guy that's going to turn into a player that you believed in and then turned into a guy. And they feel like he fits that inside linebacker role very nicely.
He'll be behind Dawson Merritt. And as Dawson Merritt gets better, he gets better, and he ends up coming up. Let's talk about Braylon Warren.
Yeah, and then our in-state spotlight tonight in the class of 2027, four-star quarterback Braylon Warren, son of former Husker Steve Warren.
I knew him when he was this big.
But he's got every offer out there. Nebraska's already got Trey Taylor, but he's got Missouri, Iowa, Kansas State. Those are some of the major teams I think that are on him the hardest right now. It seems like Missouri, Kansas State, Iowa Kirk Ferentz was at his game a couple weeks ago. Has a big game though, Friday night. You'll see him and Jet Tamala as Millard Southwest side will square off in what many people think is the state championship game, but it's going to be the semifinal game.
Yeah, they need about 4 turnovers from Millard South. They definitely need that. Hey, a lot to see, of course, in terms of seeing recruits coming up on Nebraska Public Media, because November 24th and 25th, we'll have 6 of the state championship games starting at 10 a.m. each day, and all the action and awards for you right here on Nebraska Public Media. Let's take a look at the Big Ten standings. As of right now, we all know Indiana at the top, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, USC, and Iowa all ranked, and then Minnesota, who has a negative point differential in Big Ten play, but is sitting there at 6-3. Nebraska and Illinois with the next page, of course, going all the way through. Washington, who's really bad at home again. On the road, Northwestern, UCLA, Rutgers, Maryland. There's Wisconsin finally getting a win. And then you still have Penn State, Michigan State, and Purdue without any wins in Big Ten plays. A couple of Big Ten teams looking to stay in the college football chase. This is an elimination game. USC needs a win. Iowa's got to go out to the West, 2:30 on BTN. Michigan looking to move up in the rankings as they head to Wrigley Field to take on Northwestern. And then at 2:30, you've got Sparty and Penn State, like we said, both looking for their first win in Big Ten play. Here's the Big Ten in the standings, current standings. Ohio State still at number 1. And Indiana at 2. There was talk maybe A&M would jump up to number 2. Oregon at 8, USC at 17, 18 is Michigan, and 21 is Iowa. The best thing that could happen to the Big Ten is for Michigan to beat Ohio State, and they could get 4 teams in, and Ohio State wouldn't have to play in the Big Ten championship game, and they can get some rest. That's what it would look like right now. You see Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama as your top 4 seeds in the bracket. Let's look at the sideline survey. What bowl do you want to see Nebraska go to? Right now, still 45% of people say Orlando, Florida. Only 16% say Tampa. I think I would like to go to Tampa. That would be nice. And Music City would be perfect, as you mentioned. It's a great place to hang out. Broadway's awesome. 25% talking about that. And you would like which one?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Nashville.
Okay.
So that's signed me up for, I mean, you can't beat Broadway and be able to walk right across the Cumberland River.
Not as warm, though. Not as warm as going to Orlando or
50s,
Tampa.
60s.
It's still fine.
Some people like to go.
It's not as, I don't know if there's a ton of direct flights out of Omaha, but I know you can get direct flights in Nashville out of Kansas City. But listen, I mean,
Omaha's got one.
you got one. I know the dates of them, but
The drive's not that bad. I've driven to Nashville.
I've done it a
It's
couple
not
times.
bad.
I was at the Titans, so I made that drive a few times. It's about 10 hours.
About 10 hours, right.
It's a haul.
You can go through St. Louis, stop and
Yes,
get something to eat, jump back in the car, and
You
2.5
definitely can
hours
do
you're
that.
there.
I think Nebraska has been we've been to some Citrus Bowls those first few years with Bo.
2 in a row, and then way back in the day with Georgia Tech.
Yeah, but Tampa, I have family in Tampa. That'd be cool to see him down there. Never played it in the Buccaneer Stadium where that bowl game is. That'd be cool. I mean, he can't be. Vegas is on New Year's Eve too as well.
Yep.
So that timing of that one is great. I think it's in a win-win situation for all of them. But I tell you what, it'd be fun to be considered for those Florida Bowls. That means they got another 1 or 2 more wins to finish out the year.
The way Vegas is struggling getting tourists, and they'd like that. They'd like to get some Nebraska people in.
Yeah, I don't know what New Year's Eve on Vegas would be like. I'm sure it's already crazy.
It is.
Down there, but yeah, with Nebraska fans on the West Coast, we know Husker fans love the West Coast. I mean, so we've seen it every time they've gone out there. There would be 25, 30,000 Nebraska fans in Vegas, and I think Tampa would be the same.
Yeah.
As would Orlando.
Yeah. Email asked the question, EJ decides to go to the NFL. What transfer portal target will be most likely replacement? This guy said, Trinity from Aurora. She is our biggest female fan, she says. She likes Dylan Edwards, who, of course, left Colorado, and she wants somebody else to come in who is similar to what EJ is. Any thoughts on?
Yeah, I just, things went pretty south at Kansas State with Dylan Edwards.
Yeah.
After he fumbled that ball against in Ireland, I mean, he kind of tapped out there. He got hurt or whatever the deal was.
He got hurt his ankle in the
But
play.
behind the scenes, I don't know if it was a good deal, and I'm not sure. This staff had recruited him. They had been around, and I just don't know if that would work out here with Dylan Edwards. I'll be interested where he goes, but if he's not good enough to play at Kansas State, I just don't see it working out here.
Yeah. Janet asked the question, and I know you know about this. Why did Dylan go all the way to New York for surgery? You've had your share of surgeries. Why do you think he went out
Well,
there?
it just depends on certain doctors are very skilled at handling certain body parts. It's funny, I was just down in Birmingham this last weekend, and I didn't play golf with the gentleman, but I met him out of Birmingham. He gets NFL players with
Dr. Andrews.
He works with Dr.
Oh, okay,
Andrews.
yeah.
But he goes, sorry guys, I'm gonna be on the phone a lot. Sundays when I get a call from a lot of NFL teams
I bet.
scheduling surgery. So people will go anywhere to get access to the best doctors, the most up-to-date technology, and they've got to do what's best for everybody's individual needs.
Yeah, it's my understanding there was a family relationship with the doctor. The procedure Dylan had was a very basic surgery. I had a lot of doctors say what he got done is not something that normally you would travel for, but there was a relationship, I think, with this doctor that led them out there. Because it was not something like significant by any means.
It's bad enough we had to have surgery. Normally when you break the fibula, you don't always have to have surgery. They had to put some hardware in there to be able to help repair it, because obviously it was a compound. But let's talk about why do you think, and maybe Sean, you've asked this question before, why are the OC and the DC on the sideline? This caller wants to know, why aren't they in the box?
That's a preference thing. I think there are just some coaches that operate better in the booth and some coaches that operate better on the sidelines. And I just think it depends on your DNA. Dana Holgorsen being a head coach for all those years.
Yes.
I'm sure he likes to be down on the sideline. He called plays on the sideline as a head coach. John Butler, I'm sure when he was in Buffalo, must have been down below and prefers that spot as well.
Yeah, I remember the former Colorado coach who turned media person, said he went up there to call games and he was like, why wasn't I up here all the time? Barnett.
Yeah,
He's like,
Gary
I look
Barnett,
so
yeah,
great up
yeah.
there.
Pat Narduzzi would call one half from the booth.
Yeah.
Then he would move down as a defensive coordinator, call the second half from the sidelines.
Oh, wow.
He would do it so he could get a feel for the game up high.
That makes
and
sense.
second half, he'd move down.
That's great. Let's talk about spies and why Nebraska couldn't use one, or did they try to use one? What do you think about that?
I go back and forth. I get people ask me this a lot. You get caught up and you kind of eliminate a guy in coverage in certain things. So you just get him so focused on that one role. I think he kind of loses vision and a feel for the rest of how his 10 other teammates are operating around him. I get it, but I just don't think Nebraska's in a situation to listen. Nebraska needs to get more athletic defensively, and they will. But I just don't like that because you kind of just lose a guy and you just get focused on that spy and you lose him in coverage, and it just gets a little messy. I think what Nebraska's doing right now is fine.
Yeah. Sean, if, and I know this is a big if, but if TJ was to win out, that would be 4 straight games that he would win in a row. Do you think they'd be an open competition in the spring?
Yeah, I think we just have to see how that plays out behind the scenes. There's so much that could happen because there's a lot of money committed to Dylan Raiola, and you're going to have to commit more to TJ Lateef to keep him here at that point because he will have teams that will give him 7. I joked he's playing the game right now. Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah.
And he's off to a pretty good start.
You can't keep both, right? And we saw it with Penn State where they wanted to keep Rabula, but there was no way they could afford it.
Well, the money you're paying, like let's say it is TJ and he just keeps playing at a high level and Raiola were to move on or something.
Okay.
The amount of money you're paying him, you could buy the best defensive lineman in the portal and the best running. I mean, so there's a money ball side to it too,
Gotcha.
where you can't overcommit your quarterback room because you got to buy other players now in the portal too.
Do you think that Nebraska, I can answer this question. You think Nebraska will be favored in their final 2 games? I honestly believe that they can be favored against Penn State. I really believe they'll be favored against Iowa.
Really?
I do, because I think Iowa loses to USC. And so when they lose to USC, I think Iowa, in terms of where their ranking is and their numbers are, I think Nebraska's going to be like a 2.5-point favorite at home in that game. But that's just what I think about. Joe on email, he says, when you throw the ball to people instead of at people, good things happen. He said, thanks for turning the kid loose.
Yeah.
D-line needs to bulk up. Another question that comes up a lot. You know about that. Need a nose tackle, need some bigger guys.
Listen, they're big. I've stood next to Noweri and Keona at practice. They're not. They got to grow up a little bit. They got to get some more reps. They're not getting manhandled out there. I think what needs to happen is to get the linebackers. The play behind there's been a little inconsistent. So those two things go hand in hand. But it's not a size issue. I don't agree with that one.
19 to 21 is a huge change in your body.
Yes.
When you're at that level. Status, Alan wants to know of Holgerson's contract. Is he only on a 1-year deal?
Gosh, if I remember right, I think it's multiple years.
Is it?
I think it's this year and next year for sure. And obviously, there's some money that he's still being paid by Houston. So they're getting him at a discounted price, but you're also paying Marcus Satterfield like $1.6 million. That will probably change in the offseason because Marcus Satterfield's on a 3-year coordinator contract still, even though he's not the coordinator anymore.
Yeah, you've been a part of a spring quarterback battle, right? It can be kind of fun.
No, listen, competition is always healthy.
Yep.
It's always good. Barry Turner came in as a true freshman. They liked him a lot. I had to, kick my butt in gear too. So I think healthy competition is what this program needs. When you have better talent behind you, you got to step up your play. Otherwise, guess what? You want to call it a Wally Pips situation or whatever, but otherwise he'll come and get you from behind.
Steel sharpens steel. Burning question, Sean.
My burning question is, what can Nebraska get out of TJ Lateef now the next 2 weeks? You got a game of film out there on him. You know Penn State, you know Iowa studying that film. What can now Dana Holgorsen build off of what we saw on Saturday?
Going into Penn State, stopping Singleton. Nebraska's that's his best player Penn State's best player offensively. Can we coordinate and construct this defense? We've been going to the back end. Can we stop him, slow him down in a couple weeks?
Yeah, got to stop both those backs, no doubt about that. My question is simple. Do you get healthy? because those guys have gone through 6 straight weeks of playing or 7 straight weeks of playing. Can they get healthy during this bye week for those 2 final games of the season? For our picks and how the season will end up, just check the prediction on Facebook, X, and our Big Red Wrap-Up webpage. As a reminder, the next game on TV will be next Saturday against Penn State. We don't have the time or the network, but it'll be announced next week. And then next Tuesday night here on Nebraska Public Media, we'll preview the Penn State game on Big Red Wrap-Up at a special time, 9 p.m. on Nebraska Public Media. You can also tune in to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and our website, nebraskapublicmedia.org. A special thanks to Zach Potter. For Jay Moore and Sean Callahan, I'm Michael Severe. We'll see you next week right here on Big Red Wrap.